So in today's video, I'll be telling you guys the top 10 things you should avoid in Blox routes. Trust me when I'm saying this, most of these things you have already done before, including me. I decided to make this video to help the people who are still repeating these mistakes and not avoiding them. And also, before we get into the video, make sure to let me know in the comments below how many of these things have you done before. I'm expecting at least 70% of the people to say that they have done all of these mistakes, or I could be the only dumb one here. So yes, if you are excited for the video, make sure to hit that like button and also make sure to hit that subscribe button. That would be greatly appreciated because we are very close to hitting 12,000 subscribers. So yeah, that would mean the world to me. So yeah, this intro was really big. Now let's move on into the video. So the first thing on the list we have is not setting your spawn point. I know, a lot of people have done this, including me. Mostly this happens when you are in the old world or the second sea, because when you're in the third sea, by now you know how the spawn system works and you mostly use it. But when you are new to the game, you mostly forget to set your spawn point, and you have to travel back and forth multiple times, and then you remember to set your spawn point. But we need to stop this. The spawn points can be used very effectively as well, because what you can do is basically, I'm at a new island right now, right? I could just reset my character and go back to the old island which I set my spawn point at. So that would actually save a lot of time because I would not have to travel back and forth. That is the first mistake. So the second one we have on the list is changing your devil fruits repetitively. This mistake is pretty common as well, because most of the guys like to try a lot of devil fruit swords and stuff, but it is actually very bad for you. Sticking to one devil fruit will reward you with a lot of things. First, you will know how to use that devil fruit. That can reward you in PvP and everything. Then you can also use it as a farming devil fruit, and you will learn how to farm with it faster every time you use it. Also, by changing to the other devil fruits, it would require you to waste some yen, even if you are buying it from the cousin dealer. But so yeah, changing your devil fruit is pretty bad in this game. Now we have the fourth thing, and this one is grinding. By grinding, I mean that grinding the normal way, farming these NPCs down here, these NPCs right here. This method is slow and really ineffective if you guys think about it. You have to kill like at least 8 or 7 NPCs, and you have to do that like multiple times to actually earn one level. That actually takes a lot of time and will be very bad if you guys were to go to max level with this method. But the new meta is that you guys should server hop a lot and just fight the bosses. So basically, if you move on into the third sea and you are very low leveled, right, what you would do is you could actually farm one of the bosses at first. Like for example, fight the boss on this island for a couple of servers, and once you fulfill the requirement of the next boss, then what you do is you server hop. What you do is you grind the first boss, and then you go back and grind the second boss, and by this you get really good amounts of experience, and this basically continues on. Once you are at 2 bosses, you grind them for a bit, and then you can move on into the third boss. And then what you can do is you go to the first boss, then to the second, then to the third, and yeah, you basically get like 1 or 2 levels from one server. And finding a new server with the servers method, it's really easy and very fast, so you guys can grind really easily by this method. Then the fifth tip that you guys should avoid is not using your event currencies. Lots of people actually do not use their event currencies and basically waste them. These event currencies are really OP. For example, the Halloween event or the Christmas event, and you guys know you can get like specific accessories or weapons or something like that, and they are extremely OP and helpful. For an instance, if we talk about the Santa hat, that is like one of the most strongest accessories in the game, and it is actually pretty cheap as well. If you guys play during the Christmas events in Blox routes, it is for like 500 candies or something like that, or I forgot, but yeah, it is extremely cheap and you can get like a super OP accessory. So yeah, in my opinion, not using your event currencies is just a big L. Then we have the sixth mistake, and that is putting your stat points wrong. Obviously lots of people have done this when they are new in the game, including me. I just don't want to be left out, you know. I am one of the dumb ones as well, don't worry. So what happens is when you start the game out, you put your stat points randomly. You don't know what build you are going for, either if you are going for a devil fruit build or a swordsman build, or you know, any other build that there is. So basically you put in your points randomly. So like you put like 5 in melee, 10 in defense, 20 in sword, and so on. That actually wastes a lot of time, and also you have to use some codes to remove your stat points if you are not using Robux, and you basically waste the codes as well. So it is a big L. Also, I just wanted to ask a question to you guys, that should I make a stat point guide video like regarding regarding to different builds like swords and devil fruits and stuff, because that would be actually very helpful to the guys who don't understand the stat point system in Blox Fruits. So make sure to let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see that video. So yeah, that was a bit off track, but let's go back into the video. So make sure not to put your stat points randomly. Then if we talk about the 7th thing, and that is not using good accessories. Yes, a lot of people use really old and bad accessories. For example, they use accessories from the old world, or they use the accessories which do not buff their own build. I've seen a lot of people using like swan glasses or dark coat while they are like a swordsman build and stuff. Yes, I know you're using it for speed, but it actually buffs a devil fruit user. So try to use your accessories correctly, because that can actually give you the upper hand in a PvP fight, and it is a lot of help if you guys think about it. So the next thing on the list we have is having a bad race. Races are actually very important in Blox Fruits, and mostly when you join Blox Fruits, you are raceless, and some people are lucky and spawn with like a specific race or something, and that can be actually very useful in the old world. But when you go into the second world or even the third sea, you guys actually have to get a really good race. I'd recommend going for Mink or Cyborg or any of the other races which have like special powers. They can be very helpful in PvP and also in farming, because they give you permanent buffs which are really OP. So the next thing on the list is buying Fruit Notifier Game Pass. It is one of the most useless game passes in the game, and you should never waste that much amount of Robux on a freaking game pass, which doesn't even buff you in the game properly. It just basically allows you to find devil fruits easier, but that is still not that good. You can just buy devil fruits from the cousin if you guys are a pro. So it's like basically a super useless game pass that a lot of people buy. So make sure to avoid this mistake and never buy the Fruit Notifier Game Pass. Well, I kind of forgot how many things I said in this video, but I have like some honorable mentions, so I'll say them as well. So the next thing that you should avoid is not using a Logia type devil fruit for farming. A lot of people do this mistake. They are given like a super OP devil fruit from the start, like from their friend, or they get it from the cousin, like for example dragon or like control or something like that, and they use it for farming. Bro, that is not right. You should never use one of those devil fruits for farming, because that would just basically slow down the process, and eventually you will be bored out of the game and you might even leave the game. Do not use any other devil fruits than a Logia type to farm. And the only exception to this tip, Buddha is a mythical fruit, but still you can use it, and it will give you some really good benefits for farming at least. So yeah boys, make sure to let me know how many of these mistakes you have done. I know lots of people have done these mistakes, and some of you guys who are already pro might have actually not done these mistakes, but yes, make sure to let me know in the comments below, because it's actually very fun. So yeah, this boss is almost done, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.